What's up, everybody? It's Salami here. Today, we're Aya hunting. The number one use that you're going to be using Aya for is in the Prime Resurgence tab of the market. And when you scroll down, you'll see all these relics here going for an Aya. All one apiece. And this will be the unlocked Prime Warframes and weapons for that time. And there's also other stuff you can buy with Aya. If you're looking around, you got different weapon skins. Armor bundles, color palettes, a bunch of stuff. So that's usually what you're getting Aya for. I guess you can use it for void trace packs. I don't know why you would ever want to. But yeah, that's the use of Aya right there. First way to get Aya is with your syndicate standing. So once you have it all maxed out or whatever, you'll see relic packs are 20k. And you really only need to be level 2 for this, but I believe it's level 2. And we'll open up 6 of them, see if we can get some Aya. Look at that, first one. Second one. Oh, what is happening out here? What is happening? 4. So we opened up 6 packs. We have 4 Aya. That's a fantastic pull. I don't remember the exact percentage on that. I'm going to throw it up on the screen. So that's the percentage of getting Aya from this method. And this works for every single syndicate that you're in. On here, they all have these packs. So just there's another one. At least all of these syndicates have relic packs, and I believe even some of the individual ones on planets do as well. For the first mission method, we're going to be using a fast Warframe. I'm using my Volt. This is my setup on them, and really nothing matters too much. The mission's pretty easy, so kind of just, if you're going for pure speed, just go for ability strength, and that'll boost your speed. You can also go for duration, which isn't bad. Once you have a fast Warframe and a decent weapon, come on over to the Void. You're going to find Ucko. And honestly, if it's in Nightmare mode, it's even better. And my tip is I do this on solo. Make it as fast as possible. And we'll do it with the Nightmare mode. Alright, so once you're in the mission, just hit your speed. Go find your target. There he is. Oh, wow. I took a little bit of time off. Kind of fucked my aim up there. See if we can get lucky right away. This is something like a 6% chance, I believe. So this isn't really the best, but it's very quick. And it's easy to do by yourself, which the other methods are not going to be that easy. What? That was not my best right there in terms of time. Like I said, I'm a little bit rusty, but you always get a Meso relic, so that's pretty good. If you don't get Aya, you always get a Meso relic. So there's a chance you can get Aya instead for that. And because we did Nightmare, we also get the Nightmare mod, which is pretty cool. Let's fucking go. There it is. That's the Aya. Wow. So we finally got the Aya. Let's see how long we're looking at here. I don't know. I'd say about 15 minutes maybe. I'm gonna have to go through and check. But getting Aya from Ucko, it has a 6.777% chance to drop on this mission. And it's a mission reward, so it's not affected by any boosters. So that kind of sucks. But this is an easy way to do it solo. You really don't need good stuff. You don't need good Warframes or anything to do it. It's like, let's see here. Just to double check. It's level 30 to 35. You can do this as soon as you unlock it. You could easily farm this over and over again for Aya. For this last set of missions here, you just want, I'm going to go with a high damage frame because we're going to be doing squads. I'm going to break it down later on. There's specific frames that you can use that can make this go faster than what I'm doing it. But I don't have a squad with me, so I'm going to be doing it with randoms. So it may or may not be good. But I'm just using Mesa because all around it's probably my best frame. The earliest one that you'll unlock is going to be Cetus. And we're just going to go into here. Alright, on the gear wheel, once you're on Cetus, you're going to go to Kanzu. And you're going to go to Bounties. So we're going to be looking at Tier 4, which would be these ones, and Tier 5 Bounties. We're going to completely ignore Tier 1s that you can see they don't drop Aya at all. And we're going to ignore Tier 2s because they have Aya as a drop, but it's not great. We're going to stick to Tier 4s and Tier 5s. I'm actually only going to show Tier 5s because they are the superior option. Alright, so on the chart you're seeing, for Tier 4, Stage 1 is 0%, Stage 2 is a 25% chance, Stage 3 is also 25%, Stage 4 is 20%, and Stage 5 is a 30% chance for an Aya drop. And if you complete all the bonuses, you get an extra 30% bonus onto that final stage. Alright, on to Tier 5 for Cetus. We're looking at Stage 1, 0%, the standard. Stage 2, 33%. We're going to round. 33 on here on Stage 3. We'll call it 25% on Stage 4. 38%, almost 39% on Stage 5 with a bonus of 38.76%. There's the Plains of Eidolon done. And that's an easy 3 Aya right there. We take that shit all day. I'm not going to show this one off because my Nova's not the best. But in a mission on Cetus, there'll be like a drone. You have to move it to points. And a quick way to do that is to actually use your wormhole with Nova. The drone can jump through it. So that's a good strat. If you have a team, if you have a squad you can do it with, get a Nova for the wormhole. Get like a volt for the speed of your teammates and everything. And make sure you have arc wings. And you'll be golden. Just throw the wormhole in front of it and you can have this thing super boost itself to wherever it's going. Save you a whole lot of time. But you can see our volts hitting them too. So you can boost them with volt as well. It's not as fast, but it's still pretty fast. Next stop is Fortuna, aka Orvalis. At Fortuna, which is going to be the next stop for bounties, you're talking to Utico, which will be top on the gear wheel. Check that out. And it's the same thing here with the only Tier 4s and Tier 5s. For Tier 4, we're looking at Stage 1, 0% chance. Stage 2, 20%. Stage 3, 20%. Stage 4, 21%. Stage 5, 25%. If you complete the bonus, you get an extra 25% chance on your Stage 5 for getting Aya. For Tier 5, Stage 1, 0%. Standard, like I said earlier. Stage 2, 25%. Stage 3, 25%. Stage 4, 21%. Stage 5, 50%. And with all the bonuses on that, or if you get the bonus on that, you'll get an extra 50% chance of an Aya drop. Alright, here's Orvalis. 3 Aya for 1 run, Tier 5. I don't know what's wrong with the time. I think it's just because I left the squad. But after we wrapped up with Fortuna on Venus, we're going to come into Deimos, whatever this is. And we're going to go to the Necrolisk. So once you're at the Necrolisk, you're going to find Mother. You're going to want to do Tier 4 and Tier 5 bounties here. Not the, you don't want to do Isolation Vaults though. Okay, the Deimos numbers now. For Tier 4, Stage 1 has a 0% chance. Stage 2, 14.7%. Stage 3, 20%. Stage 4, 15%. Stage 5, 25% chance. The bonus is a 25% chance at stage 5 for the Aya. At tier 5, stage 1, 0%. Stage 2, 28.6%. Stage 3, 28.6%. Stage 4, 22.2%. And stage 5, 43.5%. With the bonus being 43.5%. We got 2 Aya from the tier 5 Deimos. Alright, y'all, we're at the end here. And just to recap everything, you know how I usually like to get down. Your missions are going to be on Necrolisk, or Orvalis, or Cetus on Earth. And for my actual recommendation here, I'd say if you're very, very new to the game, and you know, like the bounties are a little hard for you on anywhere, or if you don't have the glider, or if you can't call your Arcwing to yourself when you're in open world, then you probably want to just stick with Ukko here. It's pretty time consuming. I think it took me about 10 to 15 minutes to get 1 Aya, which is not great. But it's very easy. So, and you have the other effect of farming your Meso relics at the same time. And Meso relics are very important, especially if you're new to the game where you're struggling with bounties. You probably don't have that many relics anyway. So, you know, not pulling as much Aya to get more relics is not really a bad thing in that situation. But once you're good with bounties and everything, I would skip over the Deimos ones unless for whatever reason you're not ranked up with Mother, because I know you need to be like rank 2 or 4 or something like that. I'm not sure the exact number. You have to be a certain rank with them though to get your Helminth section. So that's the only reason I really run them on Deimos. Besides that, the Deimos missions take longer, and I guess technically the stats are a little bit higher to get Aya drops, but I've never actually seen that in person. I almost always will stick with either Cetus or Valis. Both are pretty good. Again, if you don't have the Arcwing launcher, I would go for Orvalis, because it's just a smaller map, tends to be pretty fast, pretty easy to get around without one, and it has about the same drop rate as Cetus on Earth. Usually I do go with Cetus on Earth though, purely because the drone mission on there, I believe it's Assassination is what it falls under, that has the drone, or something. It's either Assassination or Capture. Either way, that's what you want to be looking for. But you go on there, and like I said, with the Nova and a Volt, and hell, you bring a Mesa, and then your 4th can really be whatever. Maybe a Trinity would probably be good for energy. But you can really crank that. You can really crank it out fast. And the Aya drops are A tier. So that is my recommendation. I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope it was useful for you. Remember to like, comment, drop a subscribe maybe if you're feeling zesty or something. I don't know. Hook it up. Peace out.